Stories are beginning to understand the partisan nature of love. My name is Osadumi B, and every week I will tell you a short story written by a Nigerian writer or author. That's the long and short of it. So without much ado, this week's story is by Ekemini Ogunsola, and it is the concluding part of the story titled Love and Its Politics. Catch up on last week's episode for the first half. After several seconds of silence, Chidi finally cleared his throat and spoke up. Madam, my father is late. He was a police officer. My mother is Ngozi Onoha, and she's a lecturer at the University of Lagos. I see, was all Mama Afolabi could say. She stared into space with a frown on her face. Then she popped the next question. So, what do you do? Well, I work as a banker in Zenith Bank, Chidi replied. And what university did you attend? The University of Lagos. I see, Mama Afolabi repeated. Titi looked at Chidi apologetically, and a fake smile graced his lips. Mama Afolabi continued to watch her television program, and Titi whispered to Chidi to continue eating his food, but he claimed to have lost his appetite. She could tell he was trying hard to hide how upset he was, and it made her extremely uncomfortable. Well, son of Onoha, the policeman, please, don't let our expensive wines go to waste. Mrs. Afolabi smiled at Chidi as she pointed to the trays in front of them. Chidi raised one of his eyebrows and stared at Titi as she repeatedly mouthed, "I am so sorry," to him. Layo, what about your parents? I was really hoping to meet them, Chidi said as he stretched forward to pick up one of the wine bottles. My dear, Titi Layo's parents had to attend a very big wedding in Victoria Island. Mama Afolabi answered for Titi. You will read about it in the papers, just like everyone else. Chidi chuckled, the way he always did when he was angry. Titi did not know what to do, so she rested her hand on his knee. Thank you so much, madam, for your hospitality. But I'm afraid I have to take my leave now, Chidi said in the coldest tone Titi had ever heard him use as he gently took her hand off his knee. Thank you for coming, Mama Afolabi said, without taking her eyes off the TV screen. As Chidi got up to leave, Titi stood up with him, walking closely behind him, but he turned around and placed his hand on her shoulder. I will see myself out. See you tomorrow, he said. I love you, Titi muttered. Chidi kissed her on her forehead and was out of their sight in no time. 6 months and endless fights later, Titi and Chidi broke up. Chidi let his ego get in the way of their relationship. According to him, he was never good enough for her. Despite the fact that she loved him very much, Titi thought Chidi was too insecure, and it made him look like a big coward. When they both told their family and friends of their breakup, they cited irreconcilable differences. Titi was still trying to get over Chidi when she met Sambo at one of her grandfather's lavish events. She attended the event with her best friend Fatima, who Titi's family knew very well. Mr. Oyetunji Williams was having a discussion with Yusuf Sanusi when he motioned for Titi to come over. Good evening, sir, Titi greeted her grandfather, who reached out to give her the tightest hug she had ever received from him.
Titi, Grandpa has missed you,
he said, as he squeezed her shoulders with the brightest smile on his face. After clearing his throat, he proceeded to introduce her to his guests.
Titi, this is my good friend, Mr. Yusuf Sanusi. He is a former general of the Nigerian army and currently a politician.
Mr. Yusuf was wearing an agbada that must have been dry cleaned in heaven, because it was the whitest and cleanest agbada Titi had ever seen. "It is such a pleasure to meet you, sir." She greeted him with a smile and a slight bend of her knee.
And this is his son, Sambo Sanusi. He is also a politician and a very successful businessman,
Titi's grandfather said, as he pointed to the young and very good-looking gentleman beside Mr. Yusuf.
Gentlemen, this is my lovely granddaughter, Titilayo Afolabi.
The first thing Titi noticed about Sambo were the cute dimples which appeared whenever he smiled. He gave her such a firm military handshake that screamed confidence, and his cologne lingered in her memory for days.
Titilayo, such a beautiful name,
Sambo said, making direct eye contact with her. He was wearing a dark brown creaseless tuxedo with a white shirt underneath, and a conspicuous Movado watch sat on his left wrist. Sambo was taller than practically everyone in the room, and he looked like $1 million. That night, Titi was sure she wanted to know more about this Sambo Sanusi. They were staring at each other so intently that they did not notice when Mr. Yusuf and Mr. Oyetunji left to go and talk business with their age mates. Sambo was funny. He made Titi laugh more than she had ever laughed since her horrible breakup with Chidi. They had a deep discussion about politics, and to her surprise, Titi did not doze off. His intelligence and charisma excited her immensely. She was drawn to his success stories. He was one of those men who attended seminars and conferences all over the world. Sambo was also a public speaker who had given several TEDx talks in Nigeria and abroad. Every word that rolled off his tongue was like music to Titi's ears. His life seemed so interesting and he had so many stories. He was the kind of guy you would love to brag about to your friends and your enemies. Wow. I must say, I am really impressed, Mr. Sanusi. Such a young man, and yet you have achieved so much. Titi had said that fateful night in an attempt to know Sambo's age. He laughed.
And what makes you think I am a young man? Is it because of my good looks?
Sambo asked, as he took a sip from his glass of wine, still looking at Titi intently. She looked away and laughed. She could feel his eyes on her, and it made her extremely nervous. Sambo was studying her body language. Why did she feel like he could see through her? Don't flatter yourself, Mr. Sanusi, was Titi's attempt to be edgy.
Please, call me Sambo. And I am a 42-year-old man who would love to see you again tomorrow.
Just tomorrow? Titi's alluring response was the beginning of their relationship. Tomorrow became every day, and every day became every week. Before she knew it, Sambo was introducing her as his girlfriend to his close friends, and he was a frequent visitor at the Afolabi residence. Tonight's post-Sambo departure analysis was like several others that had occurred over the past few months. Needless to say, The Afolabis were impressed with Sambo, and they were very pleased with the direction their relationship was headed. It wasn't until midnight that Titi's mother changed the topic to her upcoming 50th birthday party. Somehow, that led to Mama Afolabi talking about some of their extended family members and the hideous ways in which they dressed. At this point, Titi's father excused himself from the conversation and retired to his bedroom. As for Titi, she just sat there quietly, lost in a sea of thoughts. Ekemini Ogunsola is a writer, speaker, and emotional intelligence coach based in Philadelphia. She is the creator and host of the Yellow podcast, and she shares her writing on Medium at Ekemini Ogunsola. Her debut book, Emotions in His Image, launched on June 12, 2025, and it is available to order from barnesandnoble.com, Amazon, and other retailers. You can connect with Ekemini on Instagram at KemXVI and listen to the Yellow Podcast on YouTube, Spotify, and all major podcast platforms. Details and links will be in the episode description. If you've got a story you would like to be featured on this podcast, or a published book you want to make into an audiobook, I would love to hear from you. Send an email to info@osadumebi.com or send me a message at osadumebi on either Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, or X. I look forward to collaborating with you. And if you've enjoyed this week's episode, please subscribe, leave a review, and share this episode with that one person you know will enjoy listening. Tell them that stories are a good escape for a few minutes each week.